start with my subject. Today on the seminar of rituals, I am trying to present the format of Vedic rituals as per the Puru Mimansa Sutra Bhashy written by Sri Vallabhcahry on the Puru Mimansa Sutra of Maharishi Jaimini. So, as per Vallabhcahry, as in the speakers before me, we heard Gauriji and Rataraji Deshpande, they explained that when we are examining the rituals, we have varieties of rituals explained in Shruti, Smriti, and Puran as in the format of Upasana, and in many other texts like Agama Tantra, etc. But for now, as we have the topic of rituals, I am concluding my subject with the focus on the Vedic rituals, the format of Vedic rituals explained by Mahaprabhu Sri Vallabhacharya. So Mahaprabhu Sri Vallabhacharya explained that rather than having bias regarding the Purvakand and Uttarkand of the Ved regarding karma and jnana, Mahaprabhu Vallabhacharya wants to explain that karma and jnana both are explained in the Ved, and therefore he says that Ubhayorhi Parijnane Sarva Vedartha Nirnaya. It means not just by karma and not just by jnana, but we are with the context of Ved. When we are explaining the Ved as Praman, we want to say that when we understand both the Kand equally without having any bias, both the understanding of karma and jnana make us have the complete understanding regarding the Ved and the Vedic methods for attaining salvation or any other Aihik and Paralokik phal. Regarding rituals, let us move with the Shatupath Brahman, the text of the Ved which explains the format of Vedic rituals. It explains that when we are explaining the yajna is not just confined with the activity we are performing on our level or which is done as a part of daily rituals or as a part of nitya naimittik sakam or nishiddha karma, but the rituals or the format of Vedic rituals as explained in the Ved is of the yajnatmak format, and yajna is not just confined with the activity which we do physically, but yajna itself is explained in the Shatupath Brahman as the format of the whole universe or whole Brahmand which was created by Brahman for his Leela. So in the Shatupath Brahman, it explains as Sahayagya Praja Srishtva Purovacha Prajapati Anena Prasavishyadvam Esha Vostvishta Kamaduk. As explained in the Gita, that Brahman created Devata and Jeev for their Sahajivan. It means they have to survive on this universe altogether, and therefore our part of contributions towards the Devata will make them strengthened and they would work for us. So yajna in our format is for a contribution from our side, from contribution from the Jeev towards the Devata. And the whole universe itself was created by Brahman as in the format of yajna as explained in the Purusha Sukta. As Purusha Sukta explains that so what Vallabhacharya wants to explain here is that as explained in the Mimansa Sutra of Jaimini, Jaimini says that karda ebhyah kriya pratiyai taisha yarthriyate. It means for him, he explains, here I am trying to develop a conversation between Shankaracharya, Mimamsa Sutrakar or the philosophers regarding Mimamsa and Vallabhacharya. So what the Mimamsakas want to say is that karma are confined to our activity which are done by our karmendriya, and therefore the karma itself doesn't have any consistency. It has to retain its consistency only till the moment when we are doing the karma, and after that apurva is a concept which is explained by Mimamsakas which generates the result, and not the Devta or Brahman or a Ishwar as explained by the Nirishwarvadi Mimamsak. Same way on the other side, we do have the Mimamsakas who are Teshwarvadi, but for them, they say that Devata or Ishwar are also item or a dravya regarding the yajna, and therefore they are not the one who regulates everything. So this is where we differ, and Vallabhacharya wants to explain that it is not so. So he says that Kriya Matram यदि धर्मो न वक्तव्यम किंतु अतीन्द्रियो यागादि स्थिरो धर्मः. So, for as Vallabhcahry explained in the Mimansa Sutra Bhashy, he says that kriya matram yadi dharmo na vaktavyam kitu atindriyo yagadi sthiro dharma. They are sthir dharma, which are not going to die and they don't lose their consistency. तत्र सामान्यं नियमम् इति नित्यता प्रतिपादिता विशेषस्तु अतीन्द्रियता द्रव्य देवता संबंधो हि यागः. So the relation between devata and dravya or the jeev or the materials which we are contributing for the yajna, the relation between the devata and dravya is known as yajna, and yajna is meant for as an independent method for attaining salvation. As we all know that karma are divided into 4 parts, which are nitya karma, naimittik karma, nishkam and kamya karma. So Vallabhcahry explains that by performing nitya karma like sandhya, hom, jap, veda, swadhyaya, pitra tarpan, etc. So these are the karma which we have to practice daily, and by performing these karma we are going to attain salvation, as we won't have punya and pap as the result. So here the karma has to be done with the mentality or with the feeling of attaining salvation and without expecting anything as a result of that particular karma. So by explaining the nitya karma, the Vedas also explain specifically in the Brahman Grantha, it is also specified that wherever we don't find any specific result of any of the karma, but Swarga is or heaven is the ultimate result of any of the nitya or naimittik karma, which we have to attain as a minimum result. But if I am performing the same karma with the mentality of nishkamta, without expecting anything as a result of from that particular karma, then the Veda says that you will attain salvation as a result of that, because we are not going to have any pap or punya as a result of those nishkam karma. But by performing naimittik karma, sakam karma or nishidh karma, as we will be attaining pap and punya as a result, we will be having the heaven or the hell as a result of those karma. Now, for the point when Gauriji spoke about the rituals is explained by Shankaracharya, here Vallabhacharya wants to explain that it is not so that karma has to be, we have to be naishkarmya, means we have to leave the karma for attaining salvation. But for Vallabhacharya, Vedic karma marg, the method of performing rituals, is also an independent path for attaining salvation. But it has to be done with Brahma Gyan. Means for that, Vallabhacharya explains that Yajyo vai Vishnu. This is the Shruti which explains that the format of Yajna is of Vishnu. And Brahma himself is in the form of Yajna. And therefore, when a person who is performing the karma as a karma margi for attaining salvation through karma marg, then Vallabhacharya says that if that person has a particular understanding that whatever I am doing is to be for the Brahma, it is to be generated as the result for attaining salvation, then Vallabhacharya explains that it can work as an independent path for attaining salvation, as a Uddhar Marg. It is not necessary that we have to merge bhakti or jnana with it for attaining salvation. Now, that's a different thing that we are dividing or we are explaining the different modes and methods for attaining salvation, and even we are managing between the results which can be attained by karma, jnana and bhakti. But karma marg can be performed as an independent path for attaining salvation. For that, Vallabhacharya explains that Agnihotram tatha darshapurna masah pashus tatha chaturmasyani somascha kramat panchavido harihi. Here Vallabhacharya explains that there are the 5 types of karma or 5 types of yajna which are explained in the Ved, which are Agnihotra, Darshapurna Mas, Pashu Yaga, Chaturmas and Som Yajna. And for them, Vallabhacharya says that these are the 5 varieties of Hari, Bhagavan, Brahma himself. And therefore, the person who is performing those yajna with Brahma Gyan, with complete Brahma Gyan, he can attain salvation using that method of Nishkam Karma. But if a person is not performing the yajna with the understanding of Brahma or with the understanding of contributing all his karma towards Brahma, then there he says that he is a Madhyamadhikari and the yajna done by him is of Adhyatmic nature, and therefore he will not be attaining Brahma as a result of that karma, but the Chitta Shuddhi will be the only ultimate result of that karma. And if in the next birth he would attain the knowledge of Brahma, and after that the karma can be done with the assimilated with the Brahma Gyan, then he can achieve the Brahma as a result. And Sakam Yagya, the Yagya which are performed with the mentality of attaining some fruit or result at the end, they are explained as Hinadikari or the Adibhautik Yagya, which do not generate any Paralaukik Phal but only Adibhautik Phal. Now, about the eligibility for these karma. Indeed, these karma are explained in the Vedas, and the eligibility is with the four Varna, Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya, and not with the Shudra, as he is missing the Yagyopavita Sanskar. So, we are intact with the subject of this eligibility as explained by everyone. Something more about what Vallabhacharya wants to explain in accordance to the Yagya is that Vallabhacharya wants to say that when we are performing Yagya, during the performance, we have to be clear about our goal, and therefore there has to be no sakamata regarding that karma. And when we are performing that Yagya, considering Bhagavan Hari himself as the person who will be receiving the Havi of the Yagya, then that person will attain Bhagavan himself as a result of that Yagya. As explained in the Dvitiya Skanda of Bhagavat and in the Chaturtha Skanda of Bhagavat regarding the Dharma Purusharth, that when Daksha Prajapati performed the Yagya and his Yagya was ruined as a part of not inviting Bhagavan Shiv because he was the Adhisthata of that particular Yagya. At that time his Yagya was ruined, and after that in the presence of all the Devata including Bhagavan Vishnu and Shiv and other who were the Adhisthata of that particular Yagya, the Yagya was completed. So here the interference of the Devata or including the Devata as the ultimate regulator of that particular karma is necessary. We cannot include that Devata only as a Dravya as it is explained by the Mimansakas. So that's the one point where we differ. The second difference is about with the Shankaracharya as explained by Gauriji before me, that karma shuddhi is the ultimate result, but we don't agree to this point. As Vallabhacharya explains that even the person who is Brahmagyani, it is not necessary for him to leave the karma. And as the lotus, in spite of being in the pond full of mud, remains away from the dirt, same way a Brahmagyani can be free from the adhyas of dehadhyas or indriyadhyas while performing the karma, and at the same very time he can be included as a Brahmagyani. So these are the points where we differ, and after that as a conclusion Vallabhacharya explains that iti nityah shrutehe arthah sattvikanam prakashate panchatmako bhagavan vedarthah iti nirupya sarvesham tatha buddhibhavam ashankya tesham dosham kathayan swoktam upasamharati iti sattvikanam eva ayam artha prakashate na sarvesham iti arthah. So as Vallabhacharya explains that ultimate result of the karma can be salvation if it is done with the feeling of Brahma Gyan and contributing the Havi of the karma to the Brahma. About that, Vallabhacharya explains that in spite of reading the Ved or reading the methods explained in the rituals, one person cannot be this much clear about what the ultimate purpose of the karma can be. But for that, we have to develop sattvikta in ourselves. And the only person who is a sattvik, he can be very clear about the ultimate goal of the Shruti Vakya or the Vedarth. So for us, karma, jnana and bhakti, three of these methods are independent methods for attaining salvation. But proportionately, they include jnana and bhakti even if we are a karma margi. Same way, if we are a jnana margi, even then we include karma and bhakti, and even if we are a bhakti margi, in particular, then we need to include karma and jnana as a part of that method. And only then we can accomplish the method fully as explained in the Veda. So this is what the concept of rituals is explained by Vallabhacharya as the form of Bhagavan Hari himself. And as we find in the story of Bhagavat, where Bhagavan approached the Yagya Patni in the 10th skanda of Bhagavat, and demanded for some food for them, but the food was being prepared for the yajna. Then during that time, the Brahmins who were performing the yajna, they felt that this food is meant for the yajna and not for someone else. But their wise, being the Bhakti Margi, they felt that if Bhagavan himself, to whom we are contributing the fal of the yajna, is demanding from us, then what's the use of contributing that through yajna, and why not directly? So in that chapter, we find, let me give the reference, that the 10th skand of Bhagavad, 23rd Adhyay and 39th Shlok, where the Brahmins say that we are cursed, that in spite of being yajnik, in spite of being aware about whatever the Ved explains and however the Vedic rituals are explained, still we were not able to recognize the one who himself directly demanded the food from us, which we were trying to indirectly contribute to him through the yajna. So this is what the format of rituals is explained in the Sampradaya of Vallabhcahry as an independent method for attaining result, but only with Brahma Gyan for attaining salvation, and without Brahma Gyan, it will sort the result of Chitta Shuddhi as explained by Shankaracharya.
Thank you very much.
This is how I would like to conclude my subject, and let me share one thing, that today we are celebrating Janma Jayanti of Mahaprabhu Sri Vallabhacharya, and I am really very happy to say that I was given a chance to present some words from the infinite ocean of his knowledge and teaching. Thank you
very much. Thank you.